Hey guys, it's Aseem Sharma, training manager from Solframe Consulting. I do hope you're all doing well. I realize it's been a while since I posted the last video. I wanted to start in the new year with something somewhat as a summary of what I have discussed over the past year. And I wouldn't say so much New Year's, new beginnings, because um, we can do that anytime, right? But it's more to do with the fact of just viewing life as such, all the challenges that come with it, and how we can integrate ourselves in such a way and compose ourselves when things go wrong, to be able to generate a more fruitful outcome. And I'm sure a lot of bad things have happened to people, and with this pandemic, which doesn't really seem to be stopping whatsoever, it's important that we kind of sometimes take a step back, introspect what we are doing, what we may need to do, what are we doing right, and reward ourselves for that, or at least give ourselves that appreciation and gratification, and the things that we are perhaps not doing so well, how to improve them. Taking constructive feedback from people who we can trust and who those people may be it our friends, family, or even our colleagues, and also working on and admitting our weaknesses, our mistakes, and making sure that we don't repeat them at least in the same way, which would be somewhat stupid. If you make a mistake which is similar more than once, but it was in a different context or different situation, I guess that just reinforces the learning of that particular, rule or whatever it may be. So, for instance, if you trust people too easily and they break your trust, having said that, there are people who I've known for years, and if they have then broken my trust, it really does, throw you off course, and you think, well, hang on. And yet you may know someone just for days, and yet you're able to trust them. So these kind of things, these superlatives, these comparatives, and also knowing when you need to make a change and where an overhaul, which may not be um, comfortable. It may be very daunting, but where it's needed, and you say, "Hang on, okay, come what may, I need to make this change." So I won't say much more about the overview. Let me give you a few specific pointers, what I've learned and what I've observed, and what I think may be useful for you guys to take away from this. And they are simply number one, if we're talking about our career or studies, and we're struggling with something, first thing to do is accept it. Sounds obvious, right? But it's important to be able to accept it. That okay, I have an issue here. I'm not going to deny it, and the admission of that is in no way, uh, defeating anything as such. It is not, excuse me, it is not there to say that, look, I'm incapable or I have lost already. No, it's not that. It's simply to say that, okay, there's something I need to work on, or there's something I'm not doing right. What is that? How should I go about it? And, what kind of resources or what kind of help do I need to be able to take, or, source in order to be able to, improve? Whatever the case may be. If that means you need extra support from your manager, or you need some sort of guidance, or perhaps you're not in the right profession and you need to start looking elsewhere. But in the meantime, building up a portfolio to be able to make sure that you have something in the future rather than just leaving something midway and taking that kind of drastic chance, which may not be practical, and then you may regret it, and that can lead to a lot of problems. So that was number one. Number two, um, if you are doing well, this has also happened to me. You're doing well, and people are appreciating you. I never become complacent, but what actually happens to me is, oh, this is a little too good to be true. So, what's next? What's going to go wrong? I'm waiting for something to go wrong, and lo and behold, in one situation lately with me, it went wrong, quite wrong. And then, like if you start on a high level and then suddenly you just kind of stoop, it can be quite demoralizing. And then you wonder that, look, it was going well before. What exactly happened? What did I do wrong? So, with that, what I would say is that, life's too short. Again, I'm using a lot of cliches here, but really, you don't know what's going to happen. God forbid, I don't mean to sound negative here, but you don't know what's going to happen, right? The number of times whilst crossing the road, I've nearly been run over here in Delhi. Um, you don't know. You just don't know. Sometimes your life is literally flashing in front of you. But on a more serious note, if something is going well, that's good. Creating a contingency so that you have the flexibility to expand if something starts kind of waning or dwindling. That's important. So, for instance, if you're really good at training, like I'm doing training right now, and I feel that look, this industry is saturated, or excuse me, I am only able to train in one specific domain. I may want to expand upon what I'm able to train on, so it may be other things as well, teaching other things, or I may look at certain affiliated industries. So, training often involves public speaking. I may want to be a public speaker. For people who write, they may be writing, they may be doing creative writing, they may want to think of other kind of types of writing. It's always good to keep yourself kind of, have a versatile skill set, as it were, so that, when you're looking for work or if you're making connections on sites such as LinkedIn, you will get noticed for different kind of things, not just one thing, not one kind of niche, because that's what leads to a lot of saturation. There'll be lots and lots and lots of trainers, content writers, whatever the case may be. But how many people can say that they are a voiceover artist, a trainer, a singer, a musician, come also other things, content writing, and maybe video script direction, all of these kind of things. So whatever you're comfortable with, try it, and of course don't be fazed by that initial challenge. That's number two. Number three, and this is the final point. Um, in a typical day, you may come across a lot of unfamiliar situations. So not just work, but personal, family related, or anything. And there can be a lot of distractions, and things can go wrong. So how do you deal with that? How do you overcome that? And how do you refrain from doing something, saying something, committing to an action which will later really affect you? You don't want to regret things retrospectively. And usually regret is caused by, a bit of realization, introspection that look, this was, over the top, or, this was overboard, this reaction. I really should have waited. So it happens. And trust me, I have been a very spontaneous person in the past. I still am. But, let's say someone writes me a message and I'm not quite happy about that. I could simply say that, okay, you know what? Even if the person really wants to, have an argument with me right now, I'll say that, okay, uh, can you allow me up to an hour? I've maybe heard what you've said or I've read it. I need some time to digest it, and I'll get back to you with a response. Doing things in the spur of the moment can be a very, very polarized and dangerous thing. So never make rash decisions, is what I'm saying. And I guess that a lot of these things you guys would already be implementing, but I thought just to reinforce it. I hope you found this useful. For further tips and tricks, please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Please give this a like, this video. You can also find us on FB, Insta, and our LinkedIn page. I'll leave all of those things in the description. If you do have any questions, please do feel free to ask. Do check out our courses on our website as well, solframe.in. That's solframe.in. And I would love to connect with you guys on a batch, or offer all sorts of training. So we have office training and communication skills, VNA, soft skills, personality development, interview preparation, and of course public speaking. Till then, please do take care. Thank you very much, and